Shalom, Akim. I'm gonna give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakadash. That honors the elders and apostles of GMS who teach in real well, and salutation to all the Akim in all four corners of earth who's pushing the truth, sincerity. Shalom, Akim. Yeah, I want to get into this. This picture says Ozempic face. So this is that new drug that everybody's taking. You know, they want to cheat. They want to cheat the weight room. They want to cheat the diet. You know, and cheating a diet can consist of just cutting back on what you used to eat. You know, portion your food out. Fasting, number one thing you could do. You know, but these things to the regular people are too hard. They're too grievous for them. You know, so they would rather choose drugs than put inside their body. I remember when this first hit, this Ozempic thing hit, you would see people lifting their shirts up and the stars and stuff, and then just stabbing themselves in their kidney right there. You know, I was trying to figure out what the hell it was. I thought maybe this is a new diabetic injection or some side effect. But no, they were doing it to fucking lose weight, man. You know, that's how docile these people are, man. They'll inject a drug into their kidney to lose weight, man. You know, and I just lucky. I shouldn't say kidney, but it's in the stomach area. It's in that stomach area. I do know that much. I seen them when they jab. You know, it's to the side. You know, but it could still be the stomach, so I shouldn't say the kidney. You know, because if the kidney would be more towards the back. You know, if you want to get easy access. So that's more in like the gut area, the stomach area. You know, but still, is that how you know the side effects? You know, this devil, everything this devil makes, he has side effects to it, man. You know, here's a chart of the before and after, and guess what? Here's another kicker. You Israelites are on this stuff, man. You know, I remember this Ariana Grande from the Northern Kingdom. You know, she was already skinny, and you know, her roles in Hollywood, she'll say, probably forced her to be skinnier. So she decided to take it, and she looks like Skeletor walking around now, you know? So these are the side effects and things. It says before and after. If you see the sister right here, it says, you see she has wrinkles forming, shrunken eyes, more prominent bone structure, thinner lips, and sagging skin. Back in the day, you know, when I grew up in the 80s and 90s, they had something on the streets called crack rock. When the motherfuckers get on that for about a year, they get this type of face. You know, I was thinking this was just drugs that they were using, you know, and now it's a weight loss drug, you know. These idiots. This is Isaiah 9:16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed, man. You know, your entertainers are your so-called leaders in the society, man. You know, and you have more and more of these entertainers taking this Ozempic drug, man. This is the Hollywood drug, you know, right here. But now it's leeching on to the people. You have different stars and stuff, and entertainers promoting it and advertising it. I remember I watched basketball, so Charles Barkley, you know, we all know Charles Barkley. You know, he's a big guy. So now he said that he's taking a type of Ozempic and is gonna lose weight, and he was advertising. He was proud of it, man. You know, so people be proud of what they do, man, of the wickedness they do, man. You know. Instead of just going to the weight room, instead of just fasting, cutting down on his meals, he wants to take the so-called easy way. So guess what comes with the easy way, man? You know, you're going to inherit some of those sicknesses, man. Well, some of those body parts start failing upon you. And that's all that happens to Jake, man, when they follow behind Esau in his ways, man. This is 1 Timothy 6:20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust. Avoid profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called, man. You know, so you gotta watch these things, man. You know, they're babbling on the news about this. They're advertising. You know, you have to watch these things, man. You know, the scriptures speak about separating yourself from the world, man. You know, and this is what the world wants you to do. Take different drugs so you can be as skinny as possible and look crazy, you know, and then let your body parts start falling apart on you, and you know, oh my God, it just came out of nowhere, my kidney shut down. Oh, let me think about, because I was watching the news about this Ozempic. What about some of the body, your eye? They said your eye, you see it says shrunken eyes. They said somebody took the Ozempic And instantly they lost 80% of their vision in their left eye, and it never came back. And they eventually went blind in their left eye, man. So these are the different things that you're gonna inherit and take on by when you use these different drugs that these devils have made up and came up with out of the laboratories, man. You know. This is Ephesians. This is Ephesians 5 and 6. Let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things cometh the wrath of Yahweh upon the children of disobedience. You know, and once again, these are vain words they're coming up with, man. And we're speaking to you Israelites, man. You know, they're tricking you into trying to become a part of society by being a certain weight class, man. And not only that, they want you to cheat and hurry up and do it fast, do it quick, you know. Do it the easy way. Ephesians 5 and 7. Be not ye therefore partakers with them, man. You know. So don't be partakers with these stars and these people who idolize stars and things like that, man. Whose vain talking is nothing but babbling on about another person's lifestyle that they know nothing about or nothing of, man. They just being nosy or being what are the women when they just be talking, gossiping, man. You're nothing more than gossiping people, man. You know. And when you fall into those circles, these are the things that happen to you, man. Your girl might want to lose weight, but cheat and take this, man. You know. And once again, you know, the stars are really gravitating towards this. I haven't too much seen people, average Joe, getting it, but they'll be getting it soon. Once they probably drop the price on it, because once again, like I say, these people worship their idols, man. They worship these idols, man. They love idol worship here in Babylon. You know, they love it. You know, you get accepted into certain clubs and certain things, man. You know, with the idol worshiping that goes on here. You know. This is yeah, they trusting in these different things, man. You know, and then gonna wonder why their different body parts is shutting down on them, and they're gonna try to, you know, oh Lord, oh God. No, Lord told you don't trust these people, man. Lord told you don't trust your enemy, man. But you still want to go to him for help, man. And not even the type of help is really gonna help. Hey, the devil ain't gonna help you no way. You know, he ain't gonna help you no way. You know. Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and be aware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Now, these Ozempic pills, once again, they it's not over the counter yet, if I'm not mistaken. So therefore, a doctor has to give it to you. What did they have? They shut down America not too long ago and had enforced something for people to get something. You know, that jump shot. And guess what they did? And the point I'm bringing that out is because they had one for Esau and they had one for Jake. You know, they had a jump shot for Esau and a jump shot for Jake. And how do we know this? Because the lady went in there just to try the system and see what it was. She said she came in there, she called on the phone and said she's coming to get her medicine, shot, woo, this and that. And the pharmacist was like, yeah, what's your name? Gave her a Mary Upkins type name, some white name. And she's like, it'll be right here for you. And she came in there and tried to get in there. Like, oh, no, this is for, you know, this is the wrong, you know, listen, that. They ran the whole thing. And she's like, what? And then she gave her name and they came out with a whole nother different type of drug, you know. So these things are happening out here, man. You know, the devil is not playing with y'all. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as comes near wild beasts? You know. So should we have pity for you because you decided to take the devil's medicine? You know. Should we have pity for you? You know. The devil has his own. He has something called the medical industry. You know. Whenever he comes out with a drug, a medicine, he has to have a test run. And the test run lasts for some time. You know, it ain't no just 1 week, 1 day. Tests for drugs sometimes could go months to years. And then also, you have to have subjects to test the drugs. So all these people are being big subjects in this world, in this sick game that's going on, man. You know? In this sick game that's going on, man. You know? game that Esau controls right now, man. You know, but he has but a short time. This is why he's coming down with great wrath and unleashing more and more different drugs for these people to get on. America's one of the most doped up countries in the world, man. They have a drug for everything here in America. Happiness, sadness, too much of this, too much of that. They have everything for you, you know? Babylon the Great. Yeah, I've seen Serena is taking this too as well, and that was the one that really made me draw the cake. Like, man, let me do this video about this, because if you look at the before pictures and how she is now, and all she's talking about, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that to fit in with society and this and that, and that's all these stars come out. What their mouth is what they have to fit into society, you know? That's their whole outcry for taking this stuff, man. But yeah, just watch out, man. You know, watch out for this devil's medicines and his trickery he comes out with, man. Because our people will fall for it left and right, man. You know, they always looking for easy ways out. With that being said, I hope it's edifying. Shalom, Akim.